All right. It's Jared here from Crypto Plan. How is everyone going? Today we're just gonna check in on the market, on the crypto markets specifically. We're going to be looking at Hathor and we're going to look at Oneharmony mainly, and just where they are in their respective cycles. So straight away you can see Hathor on the page. You see a couple of drawings there. And we're going to look at Oneharmony, just see where they're at and see what I'm expecting and what's been happening since my last video. Before we do that, like the video, subscribe, all that sort of stuff if you're into doing that. If not, just watch along, learn, love it. Hathor Networks, good bullish run in the last kind of mini alt season or whatever you want to call it. Topped out here, crashed like everything else. I've loved the way this is traded, from this ascending channel, could have traded it all the way up here, held, big swing, low, higher low, bought back in again, sold up here, bought back in again, and then it's just been grinding its way out of here. But once again, using our 30-week moving average, look where it reacted to and sprung off, and look at the volume. So if we go to our weekly chart, and we just kind of zoom out there again and just see what happens. So we were trading in our channel, little back test of the 30-week moving average there. And then in this week here, at its low, it only ever tipped off that 30-week moving average that was turning up. And then bang, we just had an aggressive couple of weeks there of, maximum gain could have been 213%. So, super excited about Hathor, and the beautiful thing is, and I'm going to go back to that 4-hourly chart, is that we are now, so we've broken through that key level. Now we're we've been above all-time highs, we've pulled back below the all-time highs, kind of tested resistance as support, and then now we're breaking out again today of that range even. So even though it's a wick there and it's pulled back, watching this line, the longer it stays above this line, the more chance, longer it's above kind of 190 there, or that kind of all-time high level, the better we are, right? The better chance we are of flying on out of there. And there's absolutely no resistance. So Hathor could be one of the next ones to fly. So just keep an eye on that. I like the idea of Hathor flying, and I like the idea of things flying separately. I'd love to be able to be cashing out and one at a time. I'd hate for that situation where you're just thinking about every single project you hold or every single token you hold and trying to cash out all at once. And I don't think it's going to be that way. So just once again, looking at this chart, just appreciating it, and just going once again, our stage analysis would have given us the exact indicator to get in. If you didn't want to be stuck in here in this long kind of up down, best time to get in would have been back in early November there. Volume was increasing, big massive breakout volume on a weekly there, and now you just sit and hold and you trade it all the way while it's above this 30-week moving average. And that's the simple rules of stage analysis, is just get in on a breakout above the 30-week moving average, or get in on the breakout or the back test. Back test is going to fly, and we'll see how far this thing goes. Now, looking at our distance from moving average, there is no historical data to say how far it wants to extend from its moving average. So at the moment we've been as high as 160, but looking at other projects that are low market caps, it could get up to 500% beyond that moving average. So don't be surprised if this thing really takes flight to get into that $4 region. Ideally, I'm looking at that 744 mark for the full extension of the Fibonacci on this move, but who knows? Low market cap coin could do anything. So always going to keep some Hathor in the bag just in case. All right, so over to Oneharmony. So last video was we've done a beautiful cup retracement of the whole move. All-time high, back test below the all-time high, breakout above all-time high, and like I said before, it's going to be a cup and a bit of a handle, which is just a kind of a move out of there, higher, a low, high, higher low, which is the next low I think will be around about the weekly breakout of the all-time high. So if I go to a weekly chart, and we just kind of zoom in there, and just see that, on top of that weekly all-time high, and maybe this weekly all-time high, so maybe somewhere in between there, could potentially be the back test mark. So at the moment, the wick kind of came down on top of the other wicks of the all-time high. So you can see there, weekly all-time high wick, the wick down to there. But usually those wicks reach down and then they kind of make another back test because they really want to confirm the breakout line of these all-time highs as a support level. So that's what's going to happen. I think that's what I believe. That's what I'm betting on. That's why I took profits up here on a small amount, and I'm looking to get back in down here as, an attempt to learn trading and learn how to kind of be unemotional and really try and time the market, based on the swings that I see in the charts. So we'll see how I go. It's definitely not all of my bag. It's just a small portion of the bag. So yeah, that's just a bit of fun that I'm having at the moment with trading, and at the end of the day, taking profits around there, just under 40 cents isn't the worst move considering, I began accumulating down there in the half a cent. So still a good trade nonetheless, which I like now. All right, so yeah, just want to quickly touch on that dollar index. Looking at that wider view, we've got this big arc pattern, which is basically, it's working its way around to make a big crash. It's just broken out of the last little side of it. There's this ascending wedge that it's kind of tapped off, pulled back from. The 5 or 6 green days have happened. Now I see that towards the end of the week, there's going to be a big sell-off in the dollar, so which people are going to go back into stocks and stocks and crypto. This thing's going to make its way down if it breaks through the bottom edge at 92 there and keeps falling below our key level there down around 89. We're going to see a big crash, which will coincide with the kind of parabolic tops in stocks, the NASDAQ and crypto and all that sort of stuff, and that's when we'll be taking our profits. So that's super cool. But just being aware that this kind of breakout into new all-time highs for the total altcoin market cap has resulted in a retracement and a back test of the all-time high, and that could also be a double back test. Sometimes see like here, broke out test, back test and then kind of retracement, then another back test and then kind of sideways and then out of there. Same thing could happen, like we could see that this back test happens and then, squiggle, 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 and then another lower low before we kind of grind our way well on and well out of there, right? So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm seeing towards the end of the year, and we've still got plenty of time, and I think, based on a lengthening cycle, this thing could go into January, February. But I think the big action is going to happen in December. So the big action, things are going to start popping off in December, into February, into January and February, and like the very last laggers or the very last rotation is probably going to occur late January, early February by my watch, by my calendar. So yeah, exciting times, and I'm super excited to have shared this journey with everyone, learn everything I've learned, walk away with a whole new take on, markets and life and all that kind of thing. And hopefully you've learned something too, and we can all walk away through our patience and determination to just stick it out through all of this, crappy pain right here. After this great run, a big crappy pain, and we can walk away with some kind of a life-changing event, whether it be massive gains or just learning about this market that, you got to be in it to win it, and as scary as it is, there's money to be made, or whatever it is. Hopefully you've come on this crypto journey with me, crypto plan for a reason, and we're all going to come out the other side better people, and hopefully with a little bit more in our back pockets. Once again, it's not financial advice. I just, I like to share my thoughts because I would want to watch this myself and see an honest, genuine opinion on some charts, on what's happened. So that's that. I've been Jared, it's been Crypto Plan. Please like and subscribe and enjoy the content. Look back at some of the videos now. You can go back and see some of those predictions. If you've got any bags of anything that I've predicted, you can start having a look at, when is my exit plans going to happen? When am I going to sell? because that's very helpful to know when to set those take profit orders that you're going to be setting in the future. All right, have a good one, and I'll catch you around. Bye now.